Hello everyone. My research focuses on plant circadian rhythms. So what is a circadian rhythm or circadian clock? It's an endogenous timekeeper that regulates various cellular and physiological processes in majority of the higher organisms. In higher plants, circadian clock governs various biological processes that defines plant growth and development. Circadian clock is characterized by approximately 24-hour rhythm that persists in absence of any external cue such as light, temperature, and temperature compensation that buffers the system against variation in the rate of biochemical reaction. So the structure of circadian clock comprises of three major components. First, input that could be any external or an internal cue. Second is an oscillator, which is a complex interconnected genetic circuit of genes and proteins. Third is an output, which is usually the result of interaction of input and oscillators. So these genes and proteins, which are regulated in response to the aberrant changes in the environmental conditions, they are not only governed by these changes, but they are also governed by their own modifications through post-transcriptional and post-translational modifications. So the aim of my study is to understand the flowering time in plants. And to understand this mechanism, we use the model plant Arabidopsis for our research. The big question here is how and when plant decide to flower. These aberrant environmental changes and seasonal variations led to series of developmental changes which ultimately governs the flowering time in plants. To understand this, we used a gain of function screen to identify, and we identified a clock protein that physically interacts with another regulatory protein or a transcription factor to define the flowering time in Arabidopsis. We developed, or we came up with a module that defines the broadacre yield in soybean, which was done at two different geographical locations in two different and independent field trials. So that module can help us to have improved crop variety and ultimately led us to the crop productivity. So using these different strategies and applications, we can improve our crop variety and increase our crop production according to our needs. Early flowering plants could be useful when the seed production is the ultimate goal, while late flowering plants could be useful when the total biomass is the major goal of the productions. Thus, we are trying to address our questions towards better and improved crop varieties so that we can solve the big question of world hunger through increased crop productivity.